welcome back. Thanks for coming along. This is a continuation of the video, the final part really of the ride that was first shown in the video that I put up last week. It's on our way to the Kaiawa pub. Now, if technology is my friend, the link to that particular video will be showing on the top right hand of the screen right about now. Anyway, this ride here, I guess it's kind of demonstrating the wide variety of conditions that we get to enjoy here in Auckland when we're out for a ride with the whole group. This ride left from Auckland Harley-Davidson at Mount Wellington. I'd first travelled along the motorway through reasonably, I guess, heavy traffic typical for a Saturday anyway, before getting off the motorway and cutting through some pretty nice scenic roads, and especially up through and past the Hunua Ranges, which was the subject of the video that I put up last week. And this is the final stage of that journey, which now takes us along the coastal flatlands of the Miranda coast. To the right is the Firth of Thames. You might remember this particular view because I've had it up a few times. It does kind of fascinate me because there's not a lot of flat land in Auckland. This is one place that you can find it. Coming up on the right hand side is a camping ground, which also kind of I find a little bit interesting because, well, there's nothing there. It's just not the place that I would choose to take a break. But then what do I know? It could well be that these people are in fact not only hardy campers, but they might just be avid bird watchers, because the Firth of Thames, and especially the Miranda coastline here, these flatlands, are a great place for migratory birds. And during the spring through autumn time in Auckland, from October through till about March, there's a lot of, thousands of birds that arrive, godwits especially, from up in the Arctic Circle that come all the way down to New Zealand, refresh themselves over the spring through autumn period before heading back to the Arctic Circle. On their departure then comes birds from the South Island. Apparently they come up and take the space right then. So it is in demand. It's apparently very fertile grounds for migratory birds, wading birds, to fatten up to be the very best version of themselves. And who can find a problem with that? I salute them. Anyway, enough about birds and bird watching. Let's get back to riding the bikes now. We've been travelling along this road for a little bit. I have cut out some parts for the interests of brevity, but we are now getting closer to the settlement of Kaiawa, which has three things really that I know of. There's a petrol station, there's a fish and chip shop, takeaways, and then next door to that there's a tavern, also a hotel. In the tavern, I've shown it before, and I think it's a really nice feature. You can ride your bike all the way through and park it in the garden bar, so you can see your shining wheels while you're enjoying a quiet libation in the grounds of the hotel. It's a pretty nice touch, but what I did find out here is that this might well be one of our last visits of the winter, which you'll see soon enough. As we're pulling into the hotel proper through the car park area here, it didn't actually rain on us this day, but it has been raining a reasonable amount over the last week or so. And although the grass looks, nice and clean and green and firm, the reality is that it's a little bit softer underfoot than you might imagine, and especially when you've got some pretty big, heavy motorbikes. I mean, most of these motorbikes are in the range of around about 320 up to 420, 450 kilos, some of them. So it's a lot of weight to carry, and that's even before you put people on board of them. So I guess it shouldn't have been entirely a surprise when, as we're trying to creep in through the gate here, we had to stop and then start off again, even without trying to do anything, silly like drop a patch or nothing. We're not trying to do that. The bike just does have the ground is a lot softer than it looks. So apologies to the tavern owners. There was a little bit of a cut up happened, not too bad, but it's probably set in stone. This might be one of the last times we're coming along to the tavern and parking on the grass over winter. Probably wait for it to stay dry for a few days before we do this trick again, because it's only going to get wetter over the next few months. Anyway, I guess we can just wrap this one up now as we're going through the parking manoeuvres, bikes that are slowly being turned off, and wish you all safe travels wherever you might be riding. Make good decisions, ride safe, and see you out there on the roads. Until next time.